Thanks, sir.
I don't know whether I did that or not. It may be me.
No, you're fine.
That's all
Did
right.
you do that?
Lots of questions.
That's all right.
Is that your?
No? I don't think. It may be the mayor. Nope, somebody turned it off.
You may.
Oh, was it yours? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, Ms. Slade, Mr. Williams, if one of y'all wanna go ahead and
Absolutely.
kind of run down, I guess you,
I don't
Ms. Slade
mind
to come
except
in
on
and talk to
Fridays.
us.
Well, thank you
Go
all for
ahead,
having us. We really appreciate the opportunity to tell you more about our company. We were founded in 2006. We specialize in environmental consulting, geotechnical engineering, and general contracting for building construction. And so what I did is I prepared a packet for you. I wanted to walk you all through that with the marketing information. That would be okay? Okay. Okay, there is a brochure, to the right, should be to the right.
This?
And, yes, that is basically a one cheat sheet of all of this on the left side. So we have, 4 market segments: environmental consulting with the infrastructure group, also the construction group, as well as the geotechnical engineering. We also handle, sustainability, risk management, things like that. And so that's what that brochure entails. On the left side of that brochure, it actually just has our license information, bonding and things of that nature. Federal tax ID number, DUNS, and all that kind of stuff. And the pictures are actually projects that we've worked on. So we try to do a lot in one brochure.
Now, when you say pictures of what you've worked on, is it this or the
It's on the
brochure?
brochure.
Okay, Cliff Notes part, okay.
Those pictures are actual projects we worked on.
Okay, can you kind of briefly go through just a couple of these projects? I don't recognize some of them, but.
Okay, on the front, I think the top picture is actually Brookwood Women's Medical Center.
Okay.
And on that job, we actually, help with the quality control and project management. Below that project where they have the drill, that's actually, the baseball park in Birmingham. So we did-
Regions?
Regions,
Mhm. So we did the environmental consulting on that. And
That's our new dome right here that's coming.
that's the airport project.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's supposed to look like that when they're done. So on that, we actually, assisted with construction management of all the stairs for the installation, as well as, I'm sorry, as a subcontractor to the electrical company. We also did the traffic signal warrant analysis, land survey on that project. And on the inside, toward the left bottom, that's still the baseball field. We're doing underground water samples on that left panel at the bottom, right here. And at the top, that's actually the Southern Research Institute, and we did quality control on that project. And that's located off Lake Shore. And on the back panel, it's just a picture of the baseball field where we were doing soil samples and things like that. With a lot of, contamination in the soil.
I was gonna
So-
ask you, could you explain why you were doing water testing and soil testing in this particular area?
In that area, you used to have a lot of warehouses, years ago, and so once we did the phase 1 assessment, we actually found that historically, it was known to have, different businesses that could have potential contaminants and things like that. And so, we actually did an involuntary cleanup plan for that after the phase 1 assessment. And so some of the things we had to do to monitor were the water samples and soil samples. And I don't know how many people have seen the, baseball stadium, but it goes like in a dome. And so we actually had to dig out, at least 16 feet of dirt just to get down and test enough to make sure that it was safe for people to be able to use the
Wow.
area as well. So it was
It's kind of
very
scary.
complicated. And I'll show you some other pictures too, where we had to remove a tank, that was underground. So there was a lot of things on that site. So it was a very exciting project. This is another one sheet, synopsis of the geotechnical and construction materials testing services. And Arthur Williams actually is the operations manager over the geotechnical, services. And this explains the services at the top projects, that we perform, from schools to airports, roads, commercial, and municipal facilities. And then on the back side, it has past performance, just references, awards and recognition. And then in that green panel, it just has more of our business information with license numbers for different services we provide and our different certifications as a small business as well. So now let's get to the PowerPoint, which is on the left side. It looks like this. So I'm just gonna fly through it pretty quickly, and I'll just hold it up as we go along. But our mission statement, what makes our company special, is the fact that we merge the environmental consulting with the building construction side. And I think we provide innovative and sustainable ideas for our clients on the project. So we are basically a great company to work with because we look at the project holistically. On the next slide, it says service and safety. Well, we want you to know that the purpose of our company is to work on commercial, industrial projects. We've also worked on healthcare. You've seen some of those pictures. We provide the geotechnical services, pre-construction services, environmental consulting, and we also look at potential impacts to the social and natural environments for proposed projects for clients. So we like to definitely be involved on the front end of the projects when clients are envisioning what they would like to do with property. We like to create strategic action plans and assist the implementation of plans. And we also provide environmental training for municipalities as well. So if you all need erosion control or best management practice training, we're able to provide that service maybe to your public works department and things like that, dealing with stormwater. On the next page, it has construction, and we just have on the right side, well, the left side, that, you know, we focus on the commercial, industrial, and healthcare buildings. But on the right side of your paper, if we are working with larger general contractors, we also serve as a subcontractor in Division 9, which is finishes, in Division 10, which is specialties. As far as maintenance, we're able to assist clients like with task orders. If they need a construction company to come out to help with maintenance issues, we're able to service those contracts as well. So that's what that's about. The next page is environmental. And so here we have it broken down with the environmental services as well as the geotechnical services. And so in a nutshell, it actually has that we provide lead, asbestos, mold inspections, as well as any environmental permit that you may need, such as the NPDES permit, brownfield redevelopment, LEED, which is the sustainability certification. If you're looking at buildings that you would like to have LEED, or if you would just like to make it have more green building techniques and you don't want to do LEED, we can offer helpful suggestions to help you with saving energy and money on the building. We also have the qualified credential inspections, which are performed on any kind of building construction that you're constructing a building on more than 1 acre. You have to do the qualified credential inspections, and we also did that on the Birmingham Barons baseball field, as well as the Westin Hotel, which is downtown, uptown is what they're calling it.
Uptown.
Yep. So, and we've done that on other projects as well, but those are two bigger projects that most people know a lot about. Let's see, environmental surveying, anything to do with wetlands, cultural resources. On the left side, it has more of the geotechnical engineering, and I'll let Art talk about this side of the slide.
Okay. First of all, I'd like to thank you guys for letting us come here.
Sure.
I'm a resident of Irondale.
Oh,
Put that out there.
Hey.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's how you met Miss London then, huh?
Well, we used to coach basketball
Oh.
together.
Are you a basketball nut?
Well, anyway, we'll start off with our geotechnical engineering department, which we started in February, the first part of March, and that's when I left the previous company I worked for and came over with trees. So we're just starting out, but we have 28 years experience. And that's what I brought over to the organization. When we start talking about deep foundations, like when you're building a building, you have to either do shallow foundations or deep foundations or caissons or H-piles. we have expertise in doing that, and we do that on the geotechnical side, as, go out there, we do the drilling, we come up with what is needed for the structure engineer to tell you what you need to build the building on. Soil and rock stability studies, over here in Irondale, we got a lot of slopes and rocks, and we got felling rocks, and we got slopes that's felling. Well, we can come in and we do an analysis on what it takes to repair the slopes and rock stability. Earth dikes and slope stabilization. Earth dikes and slope stabilization, I just talked about that. River and stream bank stabilization. Well, we got the Cahaba, we got the Cahaba over here, okay, we got erosion, we got any type of erosion problems on the Cahaba. We'll come in there, most of it, I think, on the Cahaba is built on rock, it's a rock foundation. So we come in and come up with an idea of how to make that rock foundation so it won't erode away. And if you got soil erosion, we'll come in and tell you about planting green. That's where green part come in. We'll give you analysis on whether to do a 2-to-1 slope or 1-to-1 slope or whatever else is required. Dewatering. Say we have a pond, retention pond, and it's seeping. And you wanna end the seeping, you're losing because this is a retention pond. We'll come in, we'll dewater it, we'll come with analysis of putting a clay liner in there so that the water won't be seeping through anymore. And also, if you do it, using it for storm water, we'll create an area where the water can be drained out, and, not in Irondale, but in Birmingham, the storm water runs right back. They reuse that water to drinking water. It's recycled.
We have a retention pond down by Church of Highlands, don't we? This is a retention pond down there?
There is a pond there, I don't know
So there's-
exactly what
yeah,
it's
there's a
for.
big retention
It's for
pond.
stormwater runoff from the
Runoff.
mountain. It's from the mountain. It's a stormwater runoff retention pond
Okay,
over there at the Highlands.
I got you.
Ground modification for marginal sites. Okay, say you got a site and it's terrible. I mean, it's terrible. We go out there and we did blow counts, they come back 2, 3, and 4. Well, we gotta do some removal. We gotta get the foundation so that you can put a structure on it. So we'll come up with ideas or recommendations on how much has to be removed in a reasonable way where it can save the client money, and also where it can be able to hold that structure without having over 1% selling in 20 years. That's the
That's
standard.
important.
Yeah, that's very important. I hope you can, residential sites, we like to do them, but most of the time, the resident, when you're building a new site, or the contractor, they don't wanna pay the services, they just put the structures up. But if the city had bought some land and they wanted to build some houses, it'd be best to get a geotechnical investigation done before purchasing that land. Construction oversight. That's called construction materials testing. That's when we do our concrete testing, we do our soil testing, we do asphalt testing, we do steel, rebar inspections, and we do CWI, which is welding inspections. So when the project starts, we're all the way there up until, we do the last well. And we're from there, from the beginning to the wells. And once that's done, our services are done as far as construction and materials testing. Usually, in those situations, the client, usually, which is the city, they select the geotechnical firm that they want to use to do the construction and materials testing. Specifications and preparation. Okay, we done went up there and we done all this drilling, and we gotta come back with some kind of recommendations, so we gotta come up with some specs. So the architect be asking us, what kind of specs can you guys give us? So we'll help the architects put a spec together that the contractor will have to follow, like compaction testing, 95 to 98% compaction. On roads, you're looking at 100% compaction. Foundations, say you got footings that need to be inspected, well, they got to have a load bearing capacity. So we'll come up with a spec for the structural engineer to tell us what your load bearing is for this structure so that it won't settle. CWI, steel inspections or rebar inspections. Basically, all we're doing is just what the structural engineer is already put in the design, we're making sure that it's being followed. So those specs are wrote by the structural engineer, and we just implementing it with our geotechnical recommendations. So I talked about CMT, okay, asphalt testing. say you hire an asphalt company to come in and do an overlay. That means they're gonna grind it down and they're gonna come back and overlay it. Well, to protect the city or the client, we have someone that's gonna be in the lab and also run asphalt lab tests along with the asphalt contractor to ensure that you're getting the product. We also gonna go out and take cores to make sure you're getting your thickness and the compaction that's required. And, we also say you got a road that's cracking up real bad. Well, most of the time they wanna just grind it down and put some more asphalt on top of it, but there's another problem, you got another problem. And usually that problem is a foundation problem, which is a soil problem, okay? So you got a soil problem, what we'll do is we'll come in, take some cores, do some, what we call DCPs, and take some blow counts and figure out what the problem is. Whether you got clay that swells, or you got a road that's sitting on topsoil, we gonna find out what the problem is. And most of the time on county roads that were built back in the past, they didn't put any base down, so they built right on top of the soil. And asphalt moves because it's on soil that has nothing to keep it solid, so it's moving on that soil. And in this region, we have a clay problem. So you got soil that's got clay, it's gonna either expand or it's gonna shrink. So we're gonna come in there and find out this clay, how much of it has to be removed to stabilize it so that your roads won't crack up in the future. So we're looking out for your roads, we're looking out also for sidewalks. Now you got a sidewalk that's cracking all up, not from age, but it's from, you got a bad subgrade. So we can come in there, take cores out, dig down and find out what the problem is. We do it not environmental, but geotechnical investigation, all those types of services.
So in other words, if we don't get to the root of the problem,
It's gonna come back again.
and we're just putting Band-Aids on things,
Right.
it's not gonna last.
It's not gonna last, it'll come back again. Roads will usually crack back up within a year. You have those cracks starting up again, and then it's kind of overlay. Yeah. Okay.
Well, we just went through a one-on-one class, guys. I don't know about y'all, but I
My question is,
geotechnical
Yeah,
one-on-one.
question.
as far as the road concerned, so you guys need to be right there at the beginning of any
Before,
road.
yeah.
Before they even build a
Yeah.
road, we usually do borings. We do borings, like for Aldale, we do a boring every 500 feet.
So you do work for LDOT.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We do a boring every 500 feet.
Define boring, is that where you drill into
You
the
drill
earth?
down into the earth and you take samples, split spoon samples in the first, so if we do 5 feet, we take continuous split spoon sample. And then we'll sample all 5 feet. Then we'll take it back to the lab and run soil analysis on it and moistures and lab tests to determine what type of soil we're working with.
Geotechnical was a separate contract that we just bid out on the south, wasn't it?
As he's giving his presentation, I'm thinking about the two major road projects we have
Yeah,
going
on
on.
South.
at the moment.
Grants Mill.
On
project
Grants
is
Mill
already
South,
been over there.
geotechnical was one.
Yeah, and now they coming back
And I
and doing
think they've done
construction.
some geotechnical.
They have done.
They done the geotech already.
Right, they have.
Now they
Yeah.
coming back and getting ready to do the construction and materials testing. I don't know if you guys have gave that out yet, but if you haven't, we would like to propose on that. And, we also do QCI, and if you haven't gave that out.
What is
that's
that?
for QCI, that's erosion control.
Okay.
When they put up silt fences, and every time it rains, we have to come out to make sure that the silt didn't get back into your drinking water, going back into the Cahaba River, and we just make sure that they make the contractor maintains that.
Did we just build that?
Let me say
Beat it
something,
out.
all the stuff on the south project is already done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, I already know
But
that.
that was
It's already
included
been-
in that package.
Yeah, it
I'm
was
thinking the
part-
north, they've already done
Yeah, it was
geotechnical
part
on the
of that
north, I
package. There were
think.
four
No, they hadn't.
contracts,
Yeah.
although there wasn't a public
Okay.
opening for
They hadn't done
geotechnical,
anything
so
on the
that's
north
considered
side
considered
except,
professional
high
service.
That's
rise.
professional service.
Survey is
that you
what
got.
I'm thinking, I'm thinking
Yeah,
survey.
we had a big
Yeah,
open
survey.
bid on the paving and the excavating,
We
but
did.
geotechnical and one other thing was
That's,
professional
that comes
service.
strictly from the council and the mayor.
But again, that
They
was
make a
only,
selection.
that was only south, we hadn't done anything on
We
the
haven't done
north.
anything on the north side.
Okay.
They're doing
That's survey.
surveys, they've
Survey.
already done
That's it.
surveys.
I was wrong.
They just survey.
And the same thing on the road to the dealership.
They will start construction on the
Yeah.
second on the
That's
south.
considered, that's considered an IA road, that Mercedes dealership, that would be considered, industrial access road. And I have experience in working on industrial access roads as well.
Well, I appreciate the information.
Any questions about geotechnical,
Oh, you just laid it out.
Feel free to call me, I mean,
Yeah.
I've been doing it, like I said, 28 years. And I have worked from, a driller helper all the way to vice president of business development, so I have.
I love it.